What the hell happened then?
So
All
she's hit
right.
the back button by
Go ahead. You
accident.
remember?
We'll come back and see how Ilya's doing
Do you
later.
remember
But
this one?
first, my name's Peter Wilcox and I'm a co-founder of uteacher.org. And I'm an IELTS teacher in China. I teach middle school and high school. And what I've noticed is that most of the time, IELTS students don't lose marks because of pronunciation. They lose marks because their answers have no structure, they use weak vocab, or they use non idiomatic language or collocations enough. Like it's just too straight. What I've done is I've built this smartboard game, an interactive game. I try and gamify a lot. Now, I do teach IELTS speaking, and you might be thinking, well, they should be speaking a lot. Well, they do. But in this particular game, it's giving them a chance to sort of internalize a lot of the adjectives that they could use to describe things. A lot of the questions for like speaking part two, for example, describe a holiday that you would love to go on, or describe a road trip that you've done in the past, or something like this. Describe a blah. So a lot of the time they're having to do that. So I'll give them all kinds of different ways to help remove a lot of like the nervousness and things like that, just to give them a structure for their answers, because they're so close to getting really good most of the time. Now, in the clip that you just saw, that was grade 11. Anyway, what we are doing here is with this game is, as I said, adjectives. So there's 2 rounds, and there is structure. So when students, like the 3 consistent problems, right? Students choose weak generic adjectives. Their ideas are in random order, and they don't close out well enough as well. So that's what I'm trying to get done here. Like if you have a look over at the at IELTS.org, their official site, you can see in their marking criteria that there's 4 main marking criteria. And if you know anything about IELTS, you'll already know this. So for speaking, it doesn't matter if it's general or academic. So in this case, we're going to be focusing on lexical resource and grammatical range and accuracy. Over here on the rubric, they normally need a 6.5 to get to go into to be accepted into a Western university to do a bachelor's degree. But this game is focused on just 2 things. So I'll show you the game, and then I'll show you a little bit more about how it actually ended up in class. So it's called Describe and Conquer. So this will run in your browser right off a USB stick. So if your school has a smart board, it's going to be fine. Now this is tuned to Chinese students. So I've even given them a little bit of Chinese to help them try and remember. So we'll have a look. We'll start over here with options. So we can do up to we can do up to 4 teams. I'll just do an individual game, but you can have a look here. We've got, they can, and they also get a few little bonus adjectives they normally wouldn't be using for describing their animal that they want to be. These kids, they love games, right? So anyway, I'll go over here to individual and we'll just hit start game. So there's going to be a timer. Now, I might have trimmed this a little bit, but I think you can see it on the screen. But it actually will fill up the screen. It's just because of my recording. Anyway, this is ticking, and now they're on. So some students, we've formed some teams. It could be if there's boys and girls divided, or different groups, whatever it might be, or it could be random. Now, this is a random topic as well. So it's just chosen technology for me. I think we've got up to 20. So some answers you think they might work, but in this case, it's going to be what would be the most relevant. Now, if I do a mistake, let's say cozy technology, it's not going to work. And if I did that again, or delicious technology, it should show up as giving me a penalty, which will show up soon. But for now, we'll go with advanced. Now, there's 5 answers for each of these. Essential, and what have we got? Evolving. So now that's passed. So you can see now my penalties have shown up because I chose too many mistakes. So now we'll look at some sentence order. So this is where the structure is coming in. Now there should be the first one I choose should be the first sentence. So let's say technology is advanced and innovative. And now we might want to have our two sort of details or supporting sentences. Okay, so my time's up. So as I was explaining that, but I'll come over here, review the round. Let's say they didn't know this word and they really struggled to find that other word. You can choose as many as you like. How about evolving as well? We can continue to pronunciation. And now we've got the word here, and we've got it in standard Mandarin, Chinese, Hanzi, and we've got pinyin, and we can also play it. And you probably can't hear that because I've got the desktop audio down, but never mind. It depends also on your browser as well. So we'll see what's going on if we hit next. So that was the other word we said, and it will play it 3 times for us. And yeah, if you're actually learning Chinese, you might actually end up starting to remember some of these words yourself if you read pinyin. And it's just giving us a little review of the 2 words they didn't know, so you can drill that with them. So it actually is covering pronunciation for words they don't know as a little bonus there. So we'll go to continue. The time is up. How about we just end the game? Now I've got this little warning here now, which I didn't used to, because a lot of the students were accidentally ending the game, and when you've got multi-rounds, it can be a tournament style. So we'll end the game. So there's only one player, so it's not really going to do much for me. I'll go back to the home, we'll go to options, we'll do 2 teams. Okay, well, flying pandas, clever rabbits, sure. So let's see, describe a city you visited. How about bustling? So this is actually also where you've got more idiomatic language coming in as well. So a bustling city. How about cosmopolitan? How about vibrant? For some reason, Chinese students often like to use the word spicy for nearly everything, so that won't work. Let's see, we got impressive, historic, and all right. So how about now? This is going to be around the same topic that we just had. So they're really thinking, they're discussing, and their teammates are helping each other. The city I visited was bustling and vibrant. And we'll go here, here, and here. I'll just keep moving on here. So we'll check the order, and it worked. I'll show you in the next example what happens if you get it wrong. So we'll go to the next team. We'll skip the review. So now it's describing a favorite teacher. So how about knowledgeable? And hopefully, if it's not me, it's not one of these other strange ones like messy or dirty. How about fair? I'm not expensive, I don't think. I'm not crowded. Inspiring. Patient. Not so much beautiful. So, oh, enthusiastic. Okay. It's a little hard to think and do these videos at the same time. So this should be the first one where it's talking about my favorite teacher. So I'm going to go here, 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 and here. Now check the order. It's wrong. So we can have a look at the hint. You can unlock a hint after they mess up the first time, and really helps with a little bit weaker students. So as we identified, we'll have to come over here. We'll have to clear all these. We'll go here. Now also these example details, they can be in any order, so long as the intro and the conclusion are in the right spot. But we can go, how about this one, and this one, and then we can go check the order, and it worked. So then we'll go over to the next team. So that was clever rabbits, and let's see, we go describe a sport you like. So how about we'll just quickly go through this really fast. Yeah, we'll end the game. Flying pandas win, and we can have a look at the stats. So as we can see, when I was talking a little bit more for the rabbits, and it will show you round after round. You can keep going around and around with these two teams, or four, like I said, if you've got, I don't know, jumping kangaroos or whatever. So that way, if they didn't feel like they did well on one topic, you can keep going around and around and around. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. And okay, so let's have a look and see how they actually went in the classroom. Classroom management wasn't too easy while I'm trying to shoot and record, but we'll have a look.
Go ahead. You remember? You remember this one, girls? Could you help her out?
So yeah, as I'm trying, they're supposed to be helping each other. I think her group is a little bit distracted, but
Oh, she's already done it.
so she's already onto the second level. And a lot of the times I'll usually have two of them come up, but her little friend was shy, so she didn't go up and help her.
You got it. Check order. All right. Perfect. Great.
Okay,
All right. You describe your
so
hometown.
now Maxwell's going for it with hometown. A messy hometown,
A dangerous hometown.
a dangerous hometown, a dirty hometown.
Rio de Janeiro.
So yeah, he's
A tall
kind
town. All right. Where we go.
a tall town. So what happens as well? I think once it hits 1 minute,
Timers
I actually made this game a few months ago. So the logic is it'll just time
All
out,
right. Cool. Let's see. We'll just go
so they don't get
end
stuck
the game.
forever.
Yes, end the game. The Lucky Rabbits won. We can see the stats. And the
And it was
rabbits
pretty
win.
close. Also, yeah, this game's free if you want it. Just come over into check out the link below, join the Discord, and it'll be right there in the resources. It's not like a lot of friction. It's just sitting there, shining like a little downloadable jewel, and you can stick it on your USB stick and play it to your heart's content. And hope your kids have fun. Like I said, I do it about once a month, and they're slowly starting to get these vocabulary items into their speaking when they do their weekly practice tests as well. So yeah, come on over to the Discord and say hi as well. Love to see you there. We're building a job board, and it's going to be a lot better filtering, and we're going to be starting to vet the employers as well. So there's less of this sort of resume harvesting and everything like that. So yeah, that's all for me, guys. And yeah, have fun with that. And let me know how you think of it. And if there's any bugs, please let me know. I really want to make this better. And I'll be making more of these in the future. And if there's anything else you want, just let me know.